So today in this video, I am talking about writing a vision for your relationship. If you're looking for a spouse, or if you're already married or in a relationship that is moving towards marriage, you can still write a vision for your relationship. And I encourage you to do this because if you're looking for a spouse, it gives you something to work with. It gives God something to work with, because then you know exactly what you're looking for. And God knows exactly what you're looking for. And so he can help you to achieve that relationship or to find that person, right? Psalms 37 verses 4 and 5 says, "Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass." God knows the right person for you. You might not even know who that person is just yet. You might be waiting for someone to get into a relationship with that will move into marriage. But if you don't know exactly what you want for that relationship, then it will be hard for that relationship to be amazing. You'll just be winging it, right? And just hoping that things turn out well. But if you're intentional, if you know exactly what your relationship should look like or what you want it to look like, then it will be amazing, right? So the first thing is you should set aside some quiet time to reflect on the type of relationship that you would like to have, right? Imagine what a fulfilling and a happy Christ-centered relationship would look like. What do you want in that relationship? What kind of values do you want to have in that relationship? I encourage you to write that down, because sometimes as women with absent fathers, we don't have that kind of structure for what our relationships should look like, right? And so we tend to overlook certain things in men as they approach us, right? And so if you have had like toxic relationships in the past, this can help you to not have any more toxic relationships, because you have your values, you have the qualities you're looking for in a man, and you just know exactly the experiences that you want to have in your relationship. If you're an outdoorsy kind of person, then you might want somebody who's also outdoorsy, who likes to go to the park, who likes to go just to go for a walk, to go jogging, whatever. But ensure that what you're writing down is truly what you need, and it is not because of childhood patterns or because of your childhood wounds. Because a lot of times we have expectations from our partners that is based on our past, that is based on childhood wounds. And so you want to ensure that whatever qualities you're looking for, whatever expectations you have, that they are based on what you truly need and that they are reasonable. So when you're writing down the vision for your relationship, consider things like communication or emotional intelligence, or those kind of things that you know will make a relationship healthy. You want somebody who is spiritual, who is a Christian already, who already has his own relationship with God, right? I find that a lot of times we compromise on who the person is that we're getting into a relationship with, whether or not they're Christians. And that is something that as a Christian, you should not compromise on, because it's foundational for a spiritual relationship, right? If you want a Christ-centered relationship, then you will have to get into a relationship with somebody who already has Christ at the center of their lives, right? So that when both of you come together, then both of you have Christ at the center of your lives, and then he will be the center of your relationship. So writing your vision for your relationship is just a declaration that you're ready to receive the blessings that God has for you, right? It just shows God that, look, this is what I'm waiting on. And you have to trust God's timing. Don't be impatient, because God's time is not your time. His time is not your time, right? So you might say, I want to get married by the time I'm 36 or 35 or 40. But God says, you know what? You need some more time to heal. You need some more time to work on yourself. So I'll give you the guy when you're 43. when you have done some work on yourself. And healing is crucial if you've had an absent father, because there might be things that are still impacting your life, right? And so if you notice that there are things in your life that are still being impacted by your absent father, then just know that if you don't heal those, they will impact your relationship, and it might not be as happy or fulfilling as you desire it to be. So in writing your vision, also keep in mind your own contribution to that relationship, because it's not just about your spouse, it's also about what you bring. And what you're bringing is all those experiences, all the emotions, all your thoughts, your mindset. And if your thoughts and your mindset and your experiences are not Christ-centered and are not healed, then you're going to struggle to have that fulfilling relationship that you're envisioning. All right. So spend some quiet time with God. Write down the attributes that you want in this guy. And it doesn't have to be that he's 5, 6, or 6 feet or whatever, but find those values that you want. I mean, honesty and trust, I think, are fundamental to our relationship, and those are like basic things. They have to be. It's almost like you're not going to name those because they're a given, right? They have to be there in this person in order for the relationship to work. But write down the things that you really want to see in this person, and write down your non-negotiables, right? If he's not working, maybe that's a non-negotiable for you. Or if he's not a Christian, to me, that should be one of your non-negotiables, that the first thing is he has to be a Christian. He has to have a relationship with God. And I say this because I've seen this happen over and over and over again with women who have an absent father, and they get into a relationship with the wrong men over and over because they just want to be loved. And so just ensure that as you're writing your vision, you're also making a commitment to stick to this vision, to not say, well, okay, he doesn't have a job, but he's 6 feet, so I'm going to try him anyways. No. Ensure that you are sticking to the vision that you have created. And after you have written your vision, pray over that vision consistently, because you have to keep presenting it to the Lord so he can say, well, yes, all of this is good except this point. You just want to allow God to impress upon you whether or not the vision that you have written is really what he wants for you. And that's a part of surrendering that vision to God, allowing him to change what needs to be changed. And then once it's according to his will, because you know that that vision will not come to pass if it's not according to his will. So you might have, I want him to be rich. Maybe that's not God's will for you. Right? And so everything else can come in the package. But if God doesn't want you to have a man that is rich, then that's not going to happen. So as long as everything is according to his will, everything that you have written, God will grant you the desires of his heart. And as you're waiting, just continue to put God first. Do not give up hope that, oh, this is not going to work because it's taking too long. Remember, like I said before, that your time is not God's time. Trust in God. Keep your faith in God as you pray over this vision, as you submit it to the Lord daily, so that he can bring it to pass by your faith, right? And so right now, I encourage you, after you've watched this video, to just sit down, have some quiet time, and write your vision for your relationship. And in the comments down below, if you want to share one thing with me that's a non-negotiable, I would be happy to see that, so that, others can have an idea as to what their non-negotiables could be or should be. All right. If you have any questions, also please leave them down below and share with somebody you think would benefit from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.